getting started. Now, the first thing that we need to have here is a VPC. Now, this VPC at least with two subnets, because your directory, you cannot create a directory without having at least two subnets over there. Now, we are going to have a certain endpoints created in this. Right? So your endpoints are going to be two I'm going to have here. Now, so these are your endpoints. And here, so one I'm going to have is authentication gateway. One is your authentication gateway, and the other one that we are going to have will be your streaming gateway. So authentication gateway and the streaming gateway, two things will be there here. So your authentication gateway will come into the picture when your users will log in, or when the users wants to access their VDI environment, right? So they will be providing their identity, right? It can be your username and password, right? So those things will be sent to your authentication gateway. Now, when it is sending to the authentication gateway here, so this one will be using port number 443. Or over port 443, it will be sent to the authentication gateway. And then once the details are received by your authentication gateway, what your authentication gateway will do is, in the backend, we are going to have a directory service running. Directory service. So here I'll have a directory, let's say a training.com. Right. So what will happen here is, once the credential goes to authentication gateway, your authentication gateway will forward that on to your directory service for the authentication purpose. Now, once the user authentication is successful, the VDIs, those we are going to have. The VDIs which we are deploying for the users. Now, these VDIs, whichever is associated with the particular user, right? So that VDI will be streamed, that particular VDI will be streamed to the user using your streaming gateway. And your streaming gateway is going to use port number 4172. So using this particular gateway, it will be streaming your desktop to the users. Now, other thing here is that all these VDIs that we have here, all these VDI desktops that we have here, they will be connected, or they will be connected to two adapters. Every VDI that you're going to deploy here, every VDI will be having two adapters over here. Now, why they are having two adapters? One adapter to get registered with your directory, one adapter using which they'll be getting registered to your directory, and the another adapter that we have, so using this particular adapter, your desktops will be connected through your endpoints to the users. Now here, these Ethernet adapters that I'm talking about, right? So Ethernet 0, you can have two Ethernet. So Ethernet 0 will be used for the streaming purpose, and for the directory registration, it will be using Ethernet 1. So this is the architecture, how exactly this AWS workspace VDI environment works around. Now, when it comes to deployment, the very first thing that we require over here is going to be a directory which we will be creating, and then we'll be creating your workspace. That's nothing but you're hosting the VDIs for your end users. And we are going to go ahead and deploy one Windows instance as well. Now, what is going to be the use of this Windows instance is that we will be deploying the RSAT here, so that we can get connected to the directory and we can manage it. Because in the prod environment, what will happen is, as and when I provide a workspace to the end user, so the end user will receive the email related to all the details. The password will also be sent in the email. But here in our environment, the email service is not there. I don't have any email service available with me. Right? So it will not be sent on the mail. So I need to take out the password by connecting to the directory. Now, one more important thing about this is that we cannot host in every region. All the regions the service is not available. So only in the specific regions as of now it is available.